It's time to start building and make your ideas real in the prototype stage. What is a prototype? A prototype is a model of your design idea. It's something real that you can see, touch, and use to find out if it helps solve your problem. You can prototype any kind of idea, even things, or places, or programs. For example, if you're making an object, start by using paper, cardboard, or other classroom supplies. If you're designing a space, try moving things around in part of your classroom and bring in props to help show your idea. If you want to make a program or a system, you can draw a cartoon to show how it works, or make signs that explain each step in the process and the choices you would make along the way. And if it's an experience, you can act it out. These are just some of the ways you can prototype. Something important to know about prototyping is that you can do it over and over. Your first prototypes will be things you make quickly with materials that are easy to find. These are called rapid prototypes, and they are not fancy at all. As you see how your ideas work, you'll make new and better versions of your prototypes. This is called iteration, and it's a big part of being a designer. The team likes a lot of their ideas, so they decide to prototype 5. Giving a shoe to get a pencil, having student helpers, keeping pencils on top of student desks, having a 10-minute prep at the end of the day, and creating a pencil bank. Our design thinkers begin by drawing pictures of their ideas. This helps them think through important details they still need to work out, and it also helps them decide what materials they need to build their prototypes. After drawing, they gather supplies and start making prototypes. For the shoe trade, the team gets a box to hold the shoes and sets up a station at Mrs. Dixon's desk. They put a clipboard with a class list at the station so Mrs. Dixon can mark off the names of students who leave a shoe and borrow a pencil. To create a system of student helpers, the team asks Mrs. Dixon to pick 2 responsible students to help. Then, they write a list of jobs the students will do, handing out pencils to students who need them, checking off who borrowed a pencil, collecting pencils at the end of the activity, and sharpening pencils at the end of the day. They show the students how to do the job, and they give each student a clipboard with a class list for marking who borrowed and returned a pencil each day. For desktop holders, the team collects paper towel tubes and toilet paper tubes from home and from teachers. And then, they tape the tubes onto 15 student desks. Now, students at those desks can stash their pencils in the tube. It won't roll away, and it will be easily available at all times. To create daily cleanup time, the team asks Mrs. Dixon to stop class 10 minutes early to let students sharpen their pencils and organize their belongings. They know they need some rules to make this system work, so the team decides they'll have students put take-home things in their backpacks, straighten up the insides of their desks, throw out trash, locate pencils and put them in their pencil case or just in the front of the desk. Students who need to sharpen pencils raise their hands to get permission to use the sharpener. For the pencil bank, the students make flyers to go home asking parents to donate a pack of pencils, and they encourage their classmates to pick up lost pencils they find around the school as well. If no one claims them, they can be reused in class. They put all of the pencils they receive in a coffee can Mrs. Dixon brings in, and they put a label on the can that identifies it as the pencil bank. Prototyping helps the team turn their ideas into things they can actually use, and this is the first step in learning how well their ideas work. How will you make your ideas real through prototyping?